The previous song was too happy, and we're still in Poland. So, please. I will have one more story, and then I have a song. Okay? And Sylvester? Jeszcze raz. Erst, how do you say first? Pierwsze story? Opowiedź? Potem song. Okay. So, we're back to Poland. So, but it's a Jewish Poland, as I said, and yeah, and we're back with family, Rodzina, right?
Yes.
Good. So, it starts like this. Do you know who died?
No.
Of course, it's like the mother said. Yeah, we're back to the Polish mom. So my mom asked me like full with sorrow, and but at the same time she very satisfied from the fact that God just doing its job and continue to bother Polish people. So he said like, who? When you're going to the medical center, so if do you remember, it was this guy that sell like vegetables. Next to him, it was the one that fixed shoes. He was like quite short, and he was always ill. So his father. Yesterday, in the middle of the night, suddenly, he didn't felt good, and that's it. And he had once, like long time ago, he had a shop, but it was like long time ago. You cannot remember; you were too young. But just next to the guy, that Moshe, it's his name. He sold meat, but he's gone as well. So bless him. So my mom said, but be prepared. Next week, Motel, he's like, soon we will tell. So Motel getting wedding. So she's like, just continue from funeral to wedding. And Motel, you need to know, he's the son of my aunt, okay? So he's quite very good person, and he just turned out to be 30, and he really looked like a baby, and he have like those very, his cheek looked like donuts, and when he was 7, he just came to the look and size that he today. So, and everything that my aunt done had fruits. So when he was 6, she gave my wife a present, his old pajama. Okay? So my wife just made from this old pajama a cover to the bed, and 3 pajama to 3 children, and bags to the food. And also a bath rug for me. And still we had a lot of fabric, and it was very good quality. So, and then I answered her, Mom, I'm not going to the wedding. And he was like very insist. And she said, okay, you don't want to go? You don't have to go. Don't go. But, but for us it will be a great shame. What is more close than family? What is closer than the son of a sister? So everybody will be there, except from you. And then, like, you will make father upset. That's what he need, to be upset. You want father to be sad. This is your present. Anyway, you need to bring also present, yeah, like, and they love you so much. So, anyway, and every time I speak with them, they're asking like, what is like this Polish boy of you? How is the children? And the pajamas that you got and the service for the wedding? Do you know how much service costs today? How can you do something like this to the sister of your mom? Do you know that she was so ill lately? And this week she was crying in the phone. It was terrible. But more than an hour she was crying. Father, he also died a few years ago. it's a shame that he didn't saw this wedding. And he always used to say, I just want to see the wedding of Motel. Motel was just 1 year old when this grandma died. He was like a Polish grandfather, yeah? And while the mother is crying before the wedding and for the memory of the grandfather and the memory of the father of this shoemaker that just passed away, and the phone is ringing. And it's the aunt on the line, and she just like calling and nobody answer. But you don't need to, because you hear her through the window. She actually lived like 10 minutes by car, okay? But you still hear it from the window. And she said, hello, like shalom. Shalom, you know, in Hebrew, it's like shalom. Mazel tov. Like, mazel tov. We say mazal tov, not mazel tov. Like, this American accent, what's mazel tov? Mazal tov, shalom, mazal tov. And Pacey and say, how are you? And say, I am not coming to the wedding. And, oy vey voy, how can you say something like this? What do we have? Just familiar, nur Tilkov, Regina. And then she said, what is more close than family? Everybody will come, just you will not come. So you cannot do it to us. If you will do it, everybody will be ill. So we need to meet just when everybody's happy. And then she just cried and couldn't stop. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I went to the wedding. And the bride and the mom and the aunt of the mom, all of the hairdress looked like really great conditoria, like cakes. And the joy was great. And everybody cried like wine. And the perfume went together with the salty fish. And my mom kept very good, like all the places for me and the family together. So you can eat all of the evening, because we saw before that it's important to eat. And so everybody sits very, very crowdly and nobody can, and then the aunt come and say, oh, darling, I'm so happy you came. I hope we will see just in happy times. And all the Polish say, amen. And the family is more united than ever. And, you know, just like the things that you make, like the sofa from, I forgot how it's called. So it's become like really glory dresses with colorful. And my father is just arguing my mother about the divine question. Is it or is not enough food for everybody? And you know, like Jewish people, what they're doing in wedding, you know what they're doing? They're breaking a glass, like the groom need like to...
We do it also.
We break the plate.
Are you Jew or Christian? You break a glass?
We break
I can
plates.
be anything.
Wait, it's the first time that I hear about it.
All the
But you don't like... But you do break glass.
all the
Gilly, you heard this? There is another Israeli girl here, so clap her, because she's like Israeli in Poland. Okay, it was like Polish claps, yeah? So they're asking if it's enough food, and then it's like the thing that the time is a chuppah, it's like the service of the wedding, and he come and like he's a giant person, he's like crushing the glass, and all of the glass going to everywhere, and of course it just hurt all the aunts and the uncles around it. So at the next morning, my mother called me and asked, well, you know, we need to go and visit like Shrake aunt that she was like really injured because of the glass. And what is more close than family? And my sister and like everybody's injured and everybody will come. And if you will not come, it's like such a shame. And I said, I'm not coming. And I left. Okay. And now it's time for singing. And I know I will move a bit because we need to see the... Jan, now it's... So I guess it's like quite famous song even to those who didn't saw the movie Fiddler on the Roof. You know the movie? So usually we start to memorize it because every time we do like L'chaim, you know L'chaim? Let's do L'chaim. I don't have a drink, but do L'chaim. So L'chaim is to life, okay? Before we spoke about death and life. And this is another song. It's not because we have the song to life, L'chaim, but it's too happy for now. So we need to be more sad. But the thing is like this, because in English, you said, if I were a rich man. But in Hebrew, you sang, if I was Rothschild. You heard the name Rothschild? It was like one of the most rich Jewish family when like in the Zionist time. So today we're gonna change it a bit. And I heard it is a like very rich family in Poland. Can you tell me again the name? Kulczek. So Jan, can you write here Kulczak instead? And we will do it like this. We will sing together like this part with Kulczak. And the other part, I will sing to you in Hebrew because I want you to hear a bit Hebrew tonight. But all of those parts we will sing together with Kulczak. And we're starting like this. Dear God, you made many poor people. I realized, of course, that it's not shame to be poor. You know, in this aspect, like Polish people and Israeli is quite the same. Most of the Israelis are very poor. And I think that Israelis are more poor than Polish today. So we are in the same sheet. But so it's not a shame, but it's also not a great honor. So what have been so terrible if I or we have a smaller fortune? So sing with us. If I were the Kulczak, all day long I did-dum. If I was a wealthy man or women, if I would if I were a diggy rich. הייתי אז בונה לי בית מאבן, בית נעים גג אדום, 3 שורות מדרגות על יד הקיר ובאחת רק עולים, בשנייה רק יורדים, השלייה לא תביא לשום מקום, רק שידעו שזהו בית של גביר ו... all day long I dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. If I were a wealthy man, I yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum. If I were a rich. How does it go? Okay. It's confusing. אז החצר תהיה מלאה אפרוחים, כולם מבזים וברווזים, שיקימו רעש בכל הדיר וכל הפגדה, וכל הפגדה קוקוריקו יישמע למרחקים, שידעו שכאן ברווז עשיר. And everybody, if I wasn't yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum, if I was a wealthy woman, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum. If I were a really rich. And my fiancée, she's Golda. She's there on the terrace with her chin is like double, like it's supposed to look like, not just like as a poor people. And the wife is like the Rabbi Kelman, so she will go like this and happy, and she will scream on all of the service, and then she's crying, "Oh no!" And if I was a rich man, if I was a rich man, So, oh God, the live and the dead, the ones that help everybody and save everybody, what could happen wrong if I would just a bit reach like Kulchak?